On to the ninth category of competition. Starting with PG, we can say that he has not faced a ton of competition, but he has played some pretty great teams. Being that he was in the East a majority of his career, you may say that he did not face a lot of competition in the playoffs, but that is actually incorrect. In 2011, his 8-seeded Pacers played the 1-seeded 2011 Bulls with that year's MVP Derrick Rose on it, and he also faced the Miami Heat Big Three 3 times, being 2012, 13, and 2014, which does help him out a lot. He also played the 2016 Raptors and also the 2017 Cavs with LeBron. Once he joined OKC, however, his competition dipped a lot, only playing the 5-seeded Jazz in 2018 and then the 3-seeded Portland Trail Blazers this past year in 2019. With all those teams considered, I'm giving PG a 7.5 for competition because he did play some pretty historic teams on the Pacers, but simply has not played great teams as of late. Looking at James Harden, we see that he has played the 2010 championship Lakers with Kobe, the 2011 championship Mavericks, and also the 2012 first-seeded Spurs and the 2012 champion Miami Heat. And once he moved to Houston, he played the 2013 Oklahoma City Thunder, and then subsequently the 2015, 2016, 2018, and 2019 Warriors. Man, all I can say is James Harden has faced some absolute top-notch competition over the course of his career due to mainly him being in the West, but nonetheless, that is some very high competition. I'm going to give James Harden a 9.5 for competition due to him playing an amazing team essentially every single year of his career in the playoffs. Now finally, the last category of value, starting with PG once again. With PG on the Pacers, it's safe to say they would have been nowhere near a top-seeded team in the East all those years without him, as evidenced by the Pacers being the 8th seed in the East in 2015 when PG was injured that year. In 2016 and 2017, the Pacers would have gone from a low-seeded playoff team both years to perhaps a lottery team just by him alone. On OKC, we can say pretty much the same thing here, being that Russ has not proven he can get past the first round by himself. OKC may not have even made the playoffs in 2018 or 2019 had PG not been on their team, so nonetheless, PG has clearly been an extremely vital asset for all the teams that he's played on. So I'm giving PG a 9 for this category. Going to James Harden, we see that taking him off the OKC Thunder even his whole time there would not have done a whole lot. They most likely would not have made the 2012 NBA Finals without him though, but they still would have been a conference finals caliber team every year as evidenced by them making the conference finals in 2013, 14, and 16 without him. Once he went to Houston, if you took him off every single team that he's played on, they would have gone from a top-seeded playoff team to a low one or out of the playoffs, and a low-seeded team, for example in 2013 and 2016, to certainly a borderline lottery team. Safe to say that James Harden has been pretty valuable for the teams he's played on for his career, so I'm giving James Harden a slightly less 8 for value. And after all that, and adding up all the rankings of the categories, we see that James Harden ends up with a total of 79, compared to Paul George with a grand total of 75.5. Now, I personally do believe that James Harden is in fact the better overall player of the two, just as this ranking says, but remember that you can argue that either player is the better one, and also consider that my ranking system is not perfect and does have flaws in it. But also another disclaimer here, I ask that you do not compare players' scores with each other in different videos. For example, KD got 76 in my last comparison against Kawhi, and PG got 75.5 in this one, only 0.5 less, even though I do believe KD is a considerably better player than PG is. I score each player with each category relative to each other in each video, not as a definitive whole, which is why some of them can be skewed like that, although I do try to keep them somewhat consistent. But in other words, I graded James Harden's and Paul George's scores relative to each other, not as a definitive system for every ranking video. So I ask that you do not compare players' scores with other players' scores from my other videos, as it may not be accurate to my actual opinion or if I did a comparison on those two players. But all that said, please give me suggestions in the comment section on anything I can improve upon or specific player requests for ranking videos. That would help me out a lot to see what you guys want to see for future content. But all that said, I did spend a lot of time creating this comparison video, and I appreciate your support, and this has been Deluxe Gamer here. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.